Do you face difficulty to sleep at night despite you're really tired? Yesterday, I was talking to one of my friends. So we met 5, 6 months back and we became good friends. And we met at WeWork. So I work out of WeWork. He came here and we became good friends. And he saw me, I normally work with GMAT students and I help them, get out of their anxiety. So he was observing it. And yesterday, he just said that, he could not sleep last night. I said, is there any tension or something like that? He said, no, everything is going fine. But somehow, I know that from my experience, because I have been through this panic attacks and a lot of anxiety. So I've seen that there are only two reasons majorly that contributes to anxiety. One, we want to do something and we are not doing it. Second, we are doing it and we don't want to do it. For example, so I said, what happened exactly? So he was just sharing that yesterday, a day before when he was not able to sleep. So he said that he left office around 6 o'clock, but before leaving, he had 2 cigarettes. So he was stressed out because he's into stock market and he faced some losses and there was a stress. To overcome that stress, he just had 1 cigarette. And he said that he doesn't want to have another one, but he had this, he just had another second cigarette. So he know that he don't want to have it, but he still had the second cigarette. And after that, he said that there was a guilt trap. He know that, he had TB earlier. So he know that it is affecting his health. But still he's not able to give up that habit. And he has put in some weight also. And he want to get back into shape, but he's not doing any kind of exercises. He normally eats out, outside food. He doesn't eat home cooked food. So there are certain things which are adding up to everything. And now he wants to get back to his shape. He wants to give up cigarette, and that too immediately. This is one habit, where he's doing something but he doesn't want to do it. I think the second reason for anxiety is that you want to do something but you're not doing it. For example, the students who are preparing for GMAT or any aptitude test, they want to study and they want to study, with concentration, and they want to study for long hours, but they're not able to study. So normally, even when they're studying, they know that most of the time they're lost at somewhere, or if they are not able to solve the question, they just start looking at the explanations for that question. So they know that they're doing some kind of cheating. Or there are students who wants to study but still they're not able to motivate themselves to study. So these are the major 2 reasons because of which we face anxiety, and that led to overthinking, and that stops us from sleeping at night. So I just tried few things in my life which have helped me to an extent to get out of anxiety. Still I do get anxiety, but I'm out of it to an extent. So first thing that I normally have seen that if we just get into this thoughtless state. So in thoughtless state, I think is the happiest state. So what happens, we think that if you're not thinking about something, for example, a student who wants to get into, score high, a good score on GMAT, he keeps thinking about GMAT. Because he just keep thinking, oh, what will happen when I get into get this score and I'll get into good B school. So he's just thinking about that. So what happens, GMAT becomes his emotional center. So when he's studying for GMAT, at that time also he's thinking, he's not concentrating on what he's doing. So what happens, he's not able to score what he wants to. So there is a failure. So because his emotional center, his happiness is GMAT. So he get that demotivation, and then he takes some time to get back to that level, where he gets he wants to get back to his studies. So there's a cycle of motivation, demotivation. And because initially when we're doing something, there'll be a lot of failures. I would say there'll be more failures than there are successes. So it takes so much time, and there is such a long time of guilt trap. I want to study, but I'm not able to study the way I want to do, and I'm not getting the scores. Similarly, this friend, he wants to give up his smoking habit, and he wants to get back to his, amazing self, where he wants to lose weight and he wants to eat home cooked food, but he wants to do it, at the earliest. That he wants to get over with, and he wants to start everything today. So that's number 1. So get into that thoughtless state and stop thinking about your goals. Of course, you have to take actions, but if you keep thinking about your goals, they become your emotional center and you will not be able to move forward. And once you're getting to thoughtless state, your awareness increases. Once your awareness increases, at that time you can see, what am I doing? Though it will not go away, you will not change your habits overnight, but you will see that, oh, I'm doing this mistake, and you're aware, you're not into that trap where you're overthinking about it. You're thoughtless, you know that, again, I'm facing this difficulty. So get into thoughtless state. Second, start taking naps. You would have seen that when you're fresh, you don't have anxiety, but as you get tired, anxiety levels increase. So for most students, in the morning, they're fine, but as day progresses towards the evening, they start having anxiety attacks because they start overthinking, because their energy is going down and they're not able to control it. So the moment this happens, you know that you're tired, your eyes are tired. The basic, the indication is your eyes. If your eyes are, they're stretchy, or they're getting warm or something like that, you feel some kind of tension in your eyes. That means your eyes are getting tension. They're not in the perfect. They're not right in the. They're not in the perfect shape right now, where they can control it, because maximum anxiety, or I would say maximum energy, is taken by eyes. So take a nap. So once you take a nap, you can see that you can control your energy. As you control your energy, you get better willpower, and you can just control your actions. And number 3, divide your entire goals into small parts. For example, this friend of mine, he wants to give up cigarette, he wants to get into exercise, and he wants to eat healthy food. I said, why don't you do one thing? When you're smoking, why don't you just start taking a walk? Because he stand and smoke. I said, why don't you just walk and smoke, so that you can develop a habit of walking. So if you just start with these small things and stay with that, you will start getting some kind of success. And once you have this success, you feel that sense of achievement. And once you have that sense of achievement, it motivates you to do further. But stick with that small habit for probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks before it becomes a habit. So try these 3 things and you will see that anxiety levels are going down over a period of time, and you can have a better sleep. Thank you.